Greetings, it is I, Orkar Isber, your tour guide and host, welcoming you to your very first visit to the Sanguine Archives, where we explore the lore of the World of Darkness by White Wolf, from a perspective of and focus on vampires, namely Clan Baali. So let me be your guide through the memories of the blood for tonight. Let's see how deep we can dive into the labyrinth, what legends and mysteries we can uncover and see what truth they actually hold. Let's see what mystic and occult secrets we can find and what we can actually learn from dark mysticism. In tonight's tour, A Soul Lost, I will give you a short introduction to me, your host, what I plan to show you, what we will find in the archives before us, and what we will do. Now a short out of character notice here. My first video on Clan Baali was 2 hours and 30 minutes long, and of course YouTube wouldn't let me upload all of that, so I had to redo everything and chop it up in smaller, actually uploadable sections. I redid everything and split it up. My videos will contain a scripted and an open part where I just ramble, and it's a lot of work. I do it for free and in my spare time, so don't expect a miracle, but I hope you will still be able to enjoy your visit in the Sanguine Archives. Now, who is this Orkar Isberg guy? I am a gamer and a role player. I play both for almost 30 years now and play World of Darkness since the year 2000. I got started with a Nintendo, yes, the classic NES, and a German pen and paper called Das Schwarze Auge, which is available for English-speaking countries under the name Realms of Arcania. And it also spawned multiple videos and games like the Drakensang series. I also played Dungeons & Dragons and most games it spawned, like the Baldur's Gate Neverwinter Nights and the Icewind Dale series, alongside with Pathfinder, Shadowrun and of course World of Darkness. Here mainly Vampire and Mage, though I did read up quite a bit on Demon, Changeling and the Farah from Werewolf. But of course I also dabbled into Wraith. I did also read up on some other franchises of World of Darkness. I did play a lot of massive multiplayer online games like World of Warcraft as a role player. I did enjoy many hours in the Elder Scrolls Online, again in a role-playing guild. I actually did found one as well, and I did play a lot of single-player RPGs as well. My longest running campaign is now reaching 10 years of age, where I am a game master and Baali are one of my main villains. The second is 7-year-olds now, where I actually play a Baali player character. And for Mage, I play a Hermetic Mage from House Tutalus. I also did play a Gural in the Werewolf franchise. So let's get into my sources. Sources are always important when you speak about things like this. I have some YouTubers I can heavily recommend to you for further lore discussion, namely Ender Wood with the channel Wood, WWAD, all in one thing, The Gentleman Gamer, Lore by Night podcast, Lazar of Stygia, and Scientia Antiquorum. I did read most official rulebooks of the Vampire franchise, including campaigns, keeping up with recent works, and I speak a lot with other lore enthusiasts just like me online. May it be in Discord groups, the official Onyx Path forums, or emails. I often reach out to webmasters of websites regarding vampire lore, and of course I read a lot in the two main Wikipedias. In special, the forum of the Onyx Path publishing is actually the go-to place if you want to see visible public posts that I made where I discuss with others, clarify a few things and get corrected, and I really hope that the result of 2 years of discussion on the forum with many people results in a good product with this upcoming video series. I do not claim to be the source of ultimate truth or that my opinion is the holy grail. However, I encounter many players and storytellers who, in my humble opinion, have a very stereotyped and unfair idea about certain things in World of Darkness. Famously or infamously, the Fishmalk Malkavian, The evil Nefandi who is evil for evil's sake because he likes being evil, and the stubbornly stupid Baali, the look how bad I am guy, who just flaunts his powers and gives away what he is instantly. And I do think a lot of experience and fun in the game is lost to players and game masters alike if you fall for such things and adhere to stereotypes that aren't really warranted in my opinion. I also enjoy debates on the lore and especially regarding the Baali, as there is a lot of retcon things, contradictory things, and a lot of information scattered in publications from clan books, of different clans I might add, rulebooks, campaigns, some Baali lores even found in other franchises like Werewolf, so I wanted to gather some knowledge and share it with you in a hopefully coherent guide so you don't have to do all the painful searching for lore across the franchises. I will mark speculations as such, same for contradictions, and try to give you my reasoning why I think some versions are more likely and true than others. For now I will focus on Baali lore, but I may expand later if enough people want me to, so don't forget to like, share, subscribe, stay tuned, and of course tell others about it. The Sanguine Archives have a lot of depth and a lot of space for visitors. And while we don't share our knowledge too lightly, you are welcome to learn. After all, you must know what you may become. Before we start with the actual series, let's give an overview on what is to come as I try to unravel the knots in the thread of lore that spans across so many books and distill the knowledge into one coherent guide, as I believe the Baali are, after the Nefandi, not only the best villain you can have in World of Darkness, but indeed in all of gaming, including pen and paper franchises, and you'd severely miss out if you don't try them in your games. Indeed, I am of the opinion that I haven't seen a villain in movies, didn't read about a villain in books, and definitely didn't see video game villains nearly as capable and frightening and intimidating and occult as the Baali. They are just amazing. Now to the content to come. The first video I want to release is Demonic Whispers, Why Bother with the Baali? It will be a short summary video on the Baali, what makes them so great, what makes them unique, what they bring to the playing table, and why I think you should include them. Indeed, I think that you would severely miss out if you don't bring them to your table, but it's of course your game and you and your group have to have fun, and that's, as always, the priority. But I hope I can enrich your perspective at least. The second video, Clans from Hell, Baali factions and their differences. I want to stress out that the Baali do not exist. They are the most fractured clan of all, and you will see why in that video. Just as a short notice, no, they also shouldn't be a sect, because sects should be united in their goals, and the Baali are anything but. Indeed, they are at all-out war with each other and kill each other pretty much on sight, which is the main reason why the Baali still haven't taken over the world, because they fight each other like crazy. By the way, the Tzimitzi can tell you a story about that one. The third video will be A Well Before Time, Baali Origins. Now there is a lot of different founding myths of the Baali, and we will delve into most of them and see which are the most likely and speculations on which is actually the most true of them, if they are not exclusionary. The third video, A Well Before Time, Baali Origins. There are a lot of different founding myths of the Baali, and we will delve into most of them, trying to figure out which one is actually true, or at least which ones are likely and which are not. And I will also give you the one I think is the most likely and the one I think is the most enjoyable for the game. Video number 4, I Am Legion, the power and meaning of the name Baali. As you might be aware, Baal is singular, Baali is plural. We will do an in-depth analysis of the name Baali, what it means, where it comes from, most importantly, what effects it has on the Baali, their self-importance, as well as the view they have of themselves. Born into Darkness, the embrace of the Baali. This video deals with the special circumstances of the Baali embrace, how they choose children and converts, how it's done, the rituals needed, how you can implement them in your game, what they look for in candidates, and more. Video number 6, Hierarchy of the Infernal, Baali Society, gives you an overview on the Baali structures, allies, hideouts, and views of other clans. 7. I Command Thee, Baali as player characters. That video will deal with the special benefits and problems with Baali as player characters, and how you might want to do it in your group. Video number 8, My Will Be Done, Baali as non-player characters. Ideas on how to use Baali in a campaign, how to portray them, and most importantly, how to hopefully have a lot of fun with them as a game master and for your players. Number 9, Knowledge is Power. On infernalism, sorcery, and occultism within the Baali, but also outside Clan Baali. Number 10, Unholy Alliances. The allies of the Baali, how many Baali there are, regions where they are found, and a lot of other things regarding the Baali and the spread in the world. Video number 11, 1000 Faces of Baali members. This video will go into notable Baali in the World of Darkness, expanding on what Lazar of Stygia already did, and it will give you some ideas on depicting them, mainly by providing characters from pop culture, from movies, TV shows, books, and so on, that actually could be Baali or at least be Baali ghouls, and why. Video number 12, I Am Who I Am, a guide on depicting a Baali character. That one will go a bit more in depth on how you can portray a Baali in your game and not make it look ridiculous, but actually intimidating and quite interesting. Video number 13, History is Written by the Devil, History of the Baali. This video will go into the many occasions where Baali influenced history and how they changed it, both mortal and Cainite history alike. With this we have finally left the entrance of the Sanguine Archives behind. You now know enough about me to judge if you want to see what I'm actually doing and to explore the Sanguine Archives deeper. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something. If you want to help me out, please like the video, subscribe, most importantly share it, hit the notification bell and tell others about it. I really appreciate it. Thank you and good night.